Hello students, good morning. You are welcome in the lecture number 11 for a chapter of chemical thermodynamics. Video number 11. In the video number 10, we have studied enthalpy changes during different physical transformations. There are phase transitions taking place, and during those phase transitions or during atomic and molecular changes, how the enthalpy change take place, what is that enthalpy, that part we have studied. And now we have to start with the thermochemistry. We are starting with a point of thermochemistry. Over here we know that there are the reactions taking place either with absorption of heat or with release of the heat. Accordingly, there are two types of chemical reactions. You are already familiar with those two types of the chemical reactions, and those two types of chemical reactions are studied in the branch of chemistry known as thermochemistry. Thermochemistry is a branch of chemistry which deals with study of heat changes accompanying the chemical reaction. Heat changes accompanying the chemical reaction is studied with the help of branch of chemistry known as thermochemistry. Now suppose we have the general reaction. A moles of A react with B moles of the B, and it is giving C moles of C plus D moles of the D. So for this reaction we know that reactants are present in initial state of the system and products are present in the final state of the system. So what is the enthalpy of product over here? Delta H, or H of product, is nothing but equal to H of C of how many moles? C moles of enthalpy of C plus H of D of how many moles of D? Small d moles of D. That is the enthalpy of product. Similarly, what is the enthalpy of reactant? That is H of the reactant will be equal to enthalpy of A. How many moles? A moles. A moles of enthalpy of A plus B moles of enthalpy of B. That is the enthalpy of reactant. Now, if we subtract the enthalpy of reactant from enthalpy of product, see what we will get? We will get the enthalpy of reaction, that is known as enthalpy of reaction, will be equal to, it is enthalpy of product minus enthalpy of reactant. And how that is calculated, that we have studied there. So enthalpy of a reaction will be equal to summation of enthalpy of C moles of C, D moles of enthalpy of D. That is the enthalpy of products minus summation of enthalpy of reactants, that is enthalpy of A, here A moles we have taken, plus B moles of enthalpy of B. This subtraction is known as enthalpy of the reaction, and this enthalpy of reaction is having either a positive value or a negative value. This is the enthalpy of product and this is the enthalpy of reactant. Or if we write this like it, enthalpy of reaction will be equal to summation of enthalpy of product minus summation of enthalpy of reactant. Now, on the basis of value of enthalpy of product and the enthalpy of reactant, we will have the enthalpy of reaction either with a positive sign or with a negative sign. Let us see how it comes. Whenever enthalpy, summation of enthalpy of product, it is greater as compared with the summation of enthalpy of reactant. See what happened. Enthalpy of product is greater than enthalpy of reactant. Suppose this is 100 and this is 90. What is the answer? Plus 10. This is 100. This is 99. What is the answer? Plus 1. So, whenever enthalpy of product is greater than the enthalpy of reactant, at that time delta H of reaction will be equal to positive. If we see it in the opposite manner, if the enthalpy of product, if it is less than the enthalpy of reactant, opposite case, enthalpy of product is less as compared with the summation of enthalpy of reactant. At that time, what will happen? It is the opposite value. Product is less than reactant. So now this is less, 90, and this will be 100. Or this is 99, this will be 100. What is the answer for the delta H? Delta H of this reaction is always negative. So depending on the enthalpy of product and the enthalpy of reactant, the value of enthalpy of reaction may be positive or may be negative. And the reactions in which delta H of the reaction is positive are known as endothermic chemical reactions. The reactions to which delta H is positive are known as endothermic chemical reactions, and the reactions to which delta H is negative are known as exothermic chemical reactions. So see here, for endothermic reaction, heat of reactant is less than product. This product minus reactant therefore comes equal to positive. Product is greater than reactant, means this value is greater than this value. Enthalpy of products greater than enthalpy of reactant. So suppose if we have the value of these two reactants, enthalpy of these two reactants, if it is 100 for endothermic reaction, the enthalpy of products must be greater than 100, and it is greater than the enthalpy of reactant. It means that certain quantity of heat is absorbed by the reactants and they are converted into product. Certain quantity of heat is absorbed by the reactants and they are converted into product. Only in that case delta H is positive, and that is known as endothermic chemical reaction. On the opposite hand, see it in opposite manner. For exothermic reaction, delta H is negative. Since that delta H is negative, enthalpy of product is less than reactant. Here they are having the value less as compared with reactant. So suppose if the reactant are having value 100, the value of these two product could be less than 100. Suppose if it is 99, they are having 100 and product will have 99. So what about 1? Initially the energy is 100 kilojoule. Whenever they are converted to product, the energy of product is 99 kilojoule. Where one goes, one is evolved. 1 kilojoule of heat is evolved in that reaction while reactants are converted into product, and those reactions are known as exothermic chemical reactions. Therefore, endothermic reactions are the reactions which are taking place with absorption of heat, and exothermic reactions are the reactions which are taking place with evolution of the heat. In that manner, delta H for endothermic is positive, and for exothermic reactions delta H is negative. Now we have to study standard state or thermodynamic standard state. You know the STP or NTP conditions, standard temperature pressure or normal temperature pressure conditions. What is the standard temperature in STP condition? 273, and standard pressure 1 atmosphere. Here, for thermodynamic standard state of a substance, it is considered as a state of substance under the standard conditions of pressure and temperature. But here the regular pressure is considered to be 1 bar, nothing but 1 atmosphere. But standard temperature is nothing but a room temperature, almost equal to the room temperature, that is not 273 Kelvin, that is 298 Kelvin, 25 degrees Celsius. 25 degrees Celsius means 298 Kelvin, and the state of substance at 298 Kelvin temperature and 1 bar pressure, that is 1 atmospheric pressure, is termed as a thermodynamic standard state of the substance. And at that thermodynamic standard state of the substance, in thermochemistry, the equations are studied. They are known as thermochemical equations. Now let us see the thermochemical equations. We know the balanced chemical equation, balanced chemical reaction. We know so far that balanced chemical reaction can be converted to thermochemical equation by using certain rules. We know this equation. Suppose the reaction is like this: carbon, or it is methane plus oxygen converted to carbon dioxide plus 2H2O. Balance the reaction: carbon, carbon, hydrogen 4, 2O2. This is a balanced chemical reaction. 1 mole of ethane reacts with 2 mole of oxygen converted to 1 mole of carbon dioxide and 2 moles of the water. but this is not the thermochemical equation. This is not a thermochemical equation. This is a simple chemical equation, and that simple chemical equation can be converted to thermochemical equation using certain rules. So let us see which are those rules. In this equation, is it known over here the state of methane, state of oxygen, carbon dioxide and water? No, states are not known. But if I write CH4G, O2G, CO2G, H2O, what it means? 1 mole of methane in a gaseous state reacts with 2 mole of oxygen in a gaseous state to form 1 mole of carbon dioxide in gaseous state and 2 mole of water in the liquid state. Now here we know the states of reactant as well as states of the product. And this type of equation where states of reactant and states of product are properly mentioned is a thermochemical equation. So the first important rule is that states of reactant as well as states of product should be properly mentioned, where word S is used for solid state reactant and product, G is used for gaseous state reactant and the product, L or AQ is used for liquid state, aqueous state reactant and a product. That is the first rule, with the help of which simple chemical equation can be converted to thermochemical equation. Now secondly, if we see this forward reaction, can we come to know whether this reaction is endothermic or exothermic? No, it is not known from this reaction. But if I write over here like this, for this reaction delta H will be equal to minus 890 kilojoule for a forward reaction. Forward reaction delta H is minus 890 kilojoule. Now here you will easily come to know, since delta H has negative sign, the forward reaction is exothermic chemical reaction. Just now we have studied two type of chemical reactions, endothermic chemical reaction and exothermic chemical reaction. For endothermic chemical reaction, delta H is positive, and for exothermic chemical reaction, delta H is negative. Here for this forward reaction, delta H is negative. It means that this forward reaction must be exothermic in nature. It should be exothermic in nature. This reaction should be taking place with evolution of heat. Therefore, this is important to write the value of delta H with a proper sign. That is second rule, whether the reaction is endothermic in nature or exothermic in nature should be properly indicated with a correct value of delta H and its sign after writing that chemical reaction. Standard temperature of this reaction is considered to be 298 Kelvin. Standard temperature in thermochemistry for standard state is considered to be 298 Kelvin. Standard pressure is considered to be 1 bar or 1 atmosphere. 1 bar pressure is the standard pressure. And the fourth rule, this reaction should be a balanced chemical reaction. Balanced. How we can balance it? That we are studying in the next lecture. How to balance such a type of chemical reactions. This is combustion reaction. combustion because oxygen is added and methane undergo burning in presence of oxygen to form CO2 and H2O. This is combustion. How to balance these reactions we have to study in the next lecture. So this reaction must be a balanced reaction. For that purpose, number of moles of reactant and number of moles of the product should be properly balanced. And this type of equation is now known as a thermochemical equation. At start, see how we have written the reaction. Simply we have written like this: CH4 plus 2O2, it is giving CO2 plus 2H2O. Just a reaction we have written. This is balanced chemical reaction, but not a thermochemical reaction, thermochemical equation. To convert this balanced chemical equation to the thermochemical equation, we have seen certain rules, and using those rules, this equation can be converted to thermochemical equation. So here forward reaction is exothermic. Now, if I write this reaction in the opposite manner, means backward manner, how it take place? Like this. At that time, these are the reactants. These are reactants, and these are the products. So over here, for this backward reaction now, what happened? What is delta H? Is that delta is now negative or positive? It is positive. It means that whole thermochemical equation can be written in opposite manner. Whole thermochemical equation can be inverted, written in the opposite manner, that can be inverted just by changing the sign of delta H. Just by changing the sign of delta H, we can write the thermochemical equation in opposite manner. It means that if the forward reaction is exothermic, at that time backward reaction is endothermic. For the forward reaction, if delta H is negative, at that time for a backward reaction delta H is positive, and such a type of equation is known as thermochemical equation. So this equation is converted to this type of equation. What changes we have done? We have written the states of reactant and product. Then we have written the value of delta H. Number of moles of reactant and products are also balanced. So that equation, which is containing balanced number of moles of reactant and product, that is containing the notations, states of reactant and product, and also containing the value of delta H, indicating the nature of reaction, is known as a thermochemical equation. Thermochemical equation is the equation, balanced chemical equation, in which number of moles of reactant and product are indicated, in which states of reactant and product is indicated, in which the value of delta H and its sign is properly indicated, is known as thermochemical equation. That is how we can convert simple chemical equation to a thermochemical equation. Now let us see distinguishing points between endothermic chemical reaction and exothermic chemical reaction. Endothermic chemical reaction and exothermic chemical reaction. We have seen A moles of A react with B moles of B if it is giving C moles of C plus D moles of D. This reaction could be endothermic. Endothermic reactions are the reactions which are taking place with absorption of heat. The reactions which are taking place with absorption of heat are known as endothermic reactions. So suppose this is the endothermic reaction in which A moles of A react with B moles of B to give C moles of C and D moles of D. Let us consider the enthalpy of these two reactants is equal to 100 kilojoule. They absorb heat and they are converted to product. So what is the enthalpy of these two products? Is it greater than 100 or less than 100? It is greater than 100 because these are the reactions which are taking place with absorption of heat. If 10 kilojoule is absorbed, this is equal to 110. Means since the reactants are converted to product by absorption of heat, therefore summation of enthalpy of product is greater as compared with the summation of enthalpy of the reactant for endothermic reaction. Third important point, we know delta H of reaction is nothing but summation of enthalpy of product minus summation of enthalpy of the reactant. Product is 110, reactant is 100. So what is the value of delta H of reaction? It is always positive. The reactions to which delta H is positive are known as endothermic chemical reactions. And now enthalpy or heat and stability are inversely proportional to each other. Enthalpy and stability are inversely proportional to each other. Enthalpy increases, stability decreases, or enthalpy decreases, stability increases. Therefore, products are having greater enthalpy, reactants are having less enthalpy. Greater enthalpy means less stability. So stability of products is less as compared with the stability of the reactants. We must know these 4 points regarding endothermic reaction. Just now we have studied in the thermochemistry, in thermochemical equations, if forward reaction is endothermic, backward reaction will be exothermic. If this reaction is written in opposite manner, C moles of C plus D moles of D converted to A moles of A plus B moles of B. Here C, D, they are having energy 110 and here they are having the energy 100. This reaction I have written there in the opposite manner. Now in that reaction, see what happened. These are the now reactants and these are products. Reactants are having greater energy as compared with the product. Here what we have seen, 100 become 110. Here 110 becomes 100. Means this reaction is taking place with loss of heat, release of heat, evolution of heat. Exothermic reactions are the reactions which are taking place with evolution of heat. This is 110, this is 100. So how much energy is lost there? How much heat is lost? 10 is the loss, maybe kilojoule, joule. We have not written the units. 10 is the loss. So evolution of heat take place, that is known as exothermic chemical reaction. Here it is absorption of heat. Now the second point, enthalpy of product and reactant. We have to compare. In this case, summation of enthalpy of product is greater than the reactant. Here which one is greater? Reactant is greater or product is greater? Summation of enthalpy of product and summation of enthalpy of reactant. Which is the correct sign? Is it like this first sign or is it like second sign? Which one is greater? Here reactant is less. Reactant. This is reactant. It is more. Product is less. So enthalpy of product is less 100 as compared with the enthalpy of reactant. It is opposite case. Enthalpy of product is greater than enthalpy of reactant. Here enthalpy of product is less as compared with the enthalpy of reactant. This first sign is correct. This is 100, this is 110. Product is less as compared with the reactant. And how to calculate the delta H? We have studied. Delta H is the summation of enthalpy of product minus summation of enthalpy of reactant. Delta H of any reaction is nothing but the summation of enthalpy of product minus reactant. What is the value of product? 100. Value of reactant? 110. So 100 minus 10, 110, it is minus 10, negative. For exothermic reaction, delta H is negative because enthalpy of product is less as compared with the enthalpy of reactant, and these are the reactions taking place with evolution of heat. And the last, like this, we have to compare the stability. Heat and stability are inversely proportional to each other. Heat of the reactant is more, stability is less. Heat of the product is less, stability is more. Therefore, here we have written stability of product is less than stability of reactant. But here stability of product is greater than the stability of reactant. If it is asked in exam to write the distinguishing points between endothermic and exothermic chemical reactions, you must know these at least 4 distinguishing points. That is, endothermic reactions are the reactions taking place with absorption of heat. Exothermic reactions are the reactions taking place with evolution of heat. In endothermic reactions, summation of enthalpy of product is greater than reactant. Whereas here, summation of enthalpy of product is less than the summation of enthalpy of reactant. Delta H of the reaction, which is the difference between enthalpy of product and enthalpy of reactant, that is always positive. Here enthalpy of reaction is always negative. Enthalpy and stability are, or heat and stability are inversely proportional to each other. Stability of product is less than stability of reactant. Product are less stable than reactant because products are having greater heat as compared with the reactant. It is opposite. Products are more stable than the stability of the reactant because products are having less heat as compared with the heat content of the reactant. So here, which points we have completed? We have seen thermochemistry. That is a branch of chemistry which deals with study of heat changes accompanying chemical reactions. Then we have studied thermodynamic standard state. Then we have studied thermochemical equations. How to convert a simple chemical equation to the thermochemical equation, that we have studied. And finally, we have seen the distinguishing points between endothermic and exothermic chemical reactions. So let us stop over here.